Yesterday, on a snowy day from the south side of Chicago, the Rays offense was red hot, pounding out 14 hits en route to a 5-4 victory. Today in Game 2, left-hander Blake Snell goes to the hill, searching for his first win in 2018. Today, under clear skies with white clouds scattered about, we welcome you to the south side of Chicago, 333 West 35th Street, for the second game of the series between the Rays and the Chicago White Sox. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an afternoon of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. We'll hear from Michelle Margot a bit later. Well, things are moving in the right direction. The temperature is up. It's 42 degrees under these clear skies, and the Rays have a win under their belts. And BA yesterday in that 5-4 victory, it was all hands on deck, and leading the charge was Mallex Smith.
What an eventful day for Mallex Smith. I'm going to tell you something. He was all over the place yesterday, had a couple of stolen bases, 4 hits, was thrown out at the plate twice. In fact, he's only the third player in franchise history that's done that. At least 4 hits and 2 stolen bases in a ball game. And what you like about it is he used the whole field. You're going to see it here. Left-hander's going to try to go down and away. I'll shoot you into left field. Great job of going the other way on a tough pitch. You want to come in? I'll shoot you down the right field line. You got to love the way that he sprayed the ball around, obviously picking up those stolen bases, and he'll be looking to go out there and try to duplicate that performance, as tough as that may be. Blake Snell, on the other hand, looking to get back on track. You know, this is a guy that, you know, his last time out didn't go exactly like he wanted to, but he's had success against this lineup through 6 2/3 innings of 1-run baseball against them last September. And with as aggressive as swingers as this Chicago White Sox team is, I think that you're going to see the curveball and the changeup play a major role in today's game.
And the pitching matchup, 2 very good young arms, Blake Snell for the Rays, and the young right-hander out of Lakeland, Carson Fulmer, will be on the hill for the Chicago White Sox. Another man swinging a good bat for the Rays, Joey Wendell. And when we come back, Michelle Margot takes a look at the sweet swinging lefty, Joey Bats.
Joey Wendell, who really was actually on the verge of even making the team out of spring training this year, but he has already supplied this Rays team with some big hits. Yesterday, in the 5th inning, hit his first home run of the season and his first home run as a Ray with this shot to right field. He's hitting .444 in the last 6 games, and I asked manager Kevin Cash what he thinks of Joey Wendell's addition to the team.
He's a baseball player. You know, he plays great defense. We knew that. He's been a pretty, pretty consistent in AAA. Even his minor league numbers, I looked at him yesterday when he was coming up to the plate, his overall career. The guy's always hit, and I know he's kind of been stuck in AAA for 3 years, but he's had success. It was probably the right time, right opportunity for him, and he is making the most of it.
As the Rays look to take the series here in Chicago in Game 2 of 3. When we come back, it is the lefty Blake Snell on the bump against Lakeland native Carson Fulmer. And the White Sox, Dwayne and BA have the call. First pitch right after this.
The starting lineups brought to you by your Southern Ford dealers. Denard Span's going to lead it off for the Rays. He's up there already and set to go. Joey Wendell hits second in front of Carlos Gomez. Down the middle, C.J. Cron, Matt Duffy, and Malik Smith. 7, 8, and 9 hitters will be Wilson Ramos with Adeiny Echeverria at short. Daniel Robertson will be the designated hitter in the 9th spot. All against Carson Fulmer, young right-hander. Rays coming off yesterday's 5-4 win to snap the losing streak. And Fulmer's coming off a no decision his last time out.
5 innings, he gave up the 3 earned runs on 73 pitches against the Blue Jays. And he was called up last August the 21st, and in closing out the season appeared in 7 games, had 5 starts. Overall, the numbers were good. ERA 3.86. Just waiting on the go-ahead.
Umpires, Gary Cedarstrom will be calling the balls and strikes. Harry Cooper at first. Corey Blazier, the second base umpire. And Stu Sherwater will be the umpire down at third.
I just yelled down. I said, "We're on the air. You can start this thing."
And upon that command from BA, here we go, folks. First pitch from Denard Span is a strike call in the upper part of the zone.
Well, that's what you want to do. That's what they're waiting for. Like, we're back.
Yeah, the big clock out there. And right center field, it was stuck on 109 for the longest. Shot back into straightaway center. Adam Engel will go back, though, a few steps and make the catch. So that's the way this one starts.
Well, let's take a look at that White Sox defense, brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in the outfield left to right, we've got Nicky Delmonico, Adam Engel, and Avisail Garcia. Across that infield, third to first, Tyler Saladino, Tim Anderson, Yohan Moncada, and Jose Abreu. Wellington Castillo gets the call behind the plate.
Well, here's Joey Wendell in his first home run in a Rays uniform. The ball game yesterday, down the middle of that game. Takes a fastball for a ball.
Let's take a little deeper look at Joey Wendell. His scouting report, blue collar. You know, this is one of those guys that puts, bring the lunch pail to work and put the work in, extra work. He's not ever going to take a day off, does everything that you want, a coach's and manager's dream, and production at every level. I mean, this guy has made his way through the minor leagues. In fact, we just listened to Kevin Cash talk about the fact that the last 3 years he was stuck at AAA Nashville with the Oakland organization, but he performed every single year. I mean, a career .288 hitter in the minor leagues and always getting the job done, getting an opportunity here, and so far making the most of it.
Well, the way he goes about his game made a direct impression upon the Rays, on manager Kevin Cash and the coaching staff from the very beginning of spring training. And he draws a walk on 4 pitches. You know, he's one of those guys, you don't even have to be around him or talk with him a lot. You just watch the way he goes about the game, and you're going to like his approach from the very beginning. And he's getting a little opportunity here, and who knows? I mean, there's a guy who could be in the big leagues and productive with the long term.
Yeah, nothing flashy, but boy, does he understand the game, and he's been productive everywhere he's played.
It's Carlos Gomez. He takes the pitch down.
Well, this is the one knock on Carson Fulmer, and it is command. It has been inconsistent at best, and that's even throughout the minor leagues. Got a fastball that's going to sit 92, 94. He'll cut it. Curveball and a changeup.
And he'll be heavy with that fastball. Foul ball right back, big cut, and the count is 1-1. But that was an issue this spring they worked on, trying to incorporate the secondary pitches, develop those a little bit more. Great arm out of Vanderbilt. Went to school at All Saints Academy in Lakeland. One and one, the count on Gomez. High shot back into deep center field. Engel will go back. He's at the track in front of the wall, and he makes the catch. And Wendell, who is on second base, will retreat to first. Well, Gomez picked the deepest part of the ballpark on that one, straight away center. And Engel had just enough room left.
Well, and Carlos Gomez, I think, may have thought that he got this one. This ball's going to stay out over the plate. It's a cutter right in the middle. And yeah, Carlos Gomez thinking that ball's going to get out of here. But still on it's a beautiful day, but a cold day. It ends up a foot or two short.
Yeah, and that's one thing here. The ball, and it's not a surprise, but in cold weather, and it's still in the low 40s. The ball's not going to carry as well as it does when it gets a little hotter. Well, there's right in the middle of that delivery a stop, and that's going to be a balk. And boy, you see something like that, you're concerned here. Let's see if we can get a closer look.
Yeah, you see the foot twisted and came up over top of the rubber. You know, you'll dig out a little hole in front of that rubber, and obviously it was not deep enough because you saw. And here's the thing, and I was just going to bring this up, Wayne. Carson Fulmer has a violent delivery, and he's tried to soften it up just a little bit, but you can see that he really gets some herky-jerky, and that foot right there popped up and just slid across the top of the rubber.
And now he hits C.J. Crone with a pitch, and that'll put him in at first and second. That's something, you know, he had a big kick in college, brought that into the pro ranks, and they worked on trying to smooth that out. He went back to it. He's kind of been back and forth on that.
You're trying to find a comfort level. But even with that leg kick, you see how he kind of taps the ball in his glove and then he rips it out of there really quick and kind of, you know, has a jerk and a head snap as he's delivering it towards home plate. And that really is what has caused his command issues throughout his career.
So here's Matt Duffy. Wendell at second. Crone at first. Duffy takes the first pitch strike.
See what they're trying to do, and what you try to do with guys that are like that is you try to keep that head on the target. Keep your eyes on the target and do not allow the eyes to leave the target, to try to, you know, keep that head still. I think the best pitcher that I can remember with the still head was Greg Maddux. His head just sat there and his body just moved around it. The head never moved.
Yeah, and he did whatever he wanted to do with the baseball.
Oh, man. You talk about a guy who could read a hitter and see things at just a different level. He was just at a different level than everybody else.
High fly ball, center field. This sends Engel back, and he's going to have room to make the catch. So Engel makes all three putouts in center. The Rays leave two. Blake Snell will go to the mound for the Rays, headed into the bottom of the first. For the White Sox, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Moncada is going to lead it off, followed by Abisail Garcia and then Abreu. Matt Davidson is the DH. Castillo hits fifth. He'll do the catching, hitting in front of the left fielder Nicky Delmonico. Anderson, Saladino, and Engel in the 7, 8, and 9 spots.
Well, and for Blake Snell, he's making his third start of the season. For that first win, as he's 0-1, ERA of 5. 9 innings of work. He did pitch a gem against these guys last September. It was actually September the 1st with 6 2/3 innings, giving up just one run that was unearned.
First pitch is a ball, and that was part of that stretch when he came back and finished the season strong. He was very encouraging and carried that approach into spring training.
And that's why you look at the last start that he made, and it was a start where, you know, 90 pitches and just over 3 innings of work, had trouble with the command, had 3 walks in that ball game. But in the grand scheme of things, that now has become the outlier.
Fastball right there, 3-1. Well, he already coming out this year has established, and it's not necessarily a surprise with that high velocity fastball among lefties. He's going to be 1, 2, or 3 probably all year in his velocity with that fastball. 2-2 right now. This is where he stacks up right now.
Just a 1/10 of a mile per hour behind James Paxton, the four-seamer, and it's easy 95 too. That's what, Blake Snell is smooth out there on the mound, and the ball jumps out of the hand.
Full count to Jan Moncada. He got him, a cut and a miss. Reared back and picks up his first strikeout.
Well, at some point this Rays defense is going to get involved, so let's go ahead and take a look and see how they stack up. In the outfield, left to right, we've got Denard Span, Carlos Gomez, and Malik Smith. And across that infield, third to first, Matt Duffy, Adeiny Echeverria, Joey Wendell, and C.J. Cron. Wilson Ramos will be behind the plate, and that was all brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source.
Now, Abisail Garcia hitting an even 300. And there's a strike, says Gary Cederstrom. Well, Rays pitching yesterday had 12 strikeouts. Chris Archer had 8 and 5 2/3. And there's strike 2 to Garcia. Drops that breaking ball in there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big pitch for him today. The curveball, the changeup, he will be challenged. This White Sox lineup, since the beginning of last season, leads the major leagues in batting average against left-handed pitching. So they know what they're doing up there against a lefty, and he's going to have to mix it up.
A quick check swing by Garcia. Gets a ball to 2 strikes. Garcia in 2017 led the majors in hitting against lefties at .424. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the guy behind him who was on deck, Jose Abreu, hit .356 against him. So these are 2 guys in the lineup. They're going to be tough against almost any pitching, but for a lefty, they made a statement a year ago. After getting out in front, Blake full up on Garcia. 3-2 to Moncada, struck him out. Now 3-2 to Garcia. Fouls it away. And that's the one thing Snell wants to be able to avoid, is deep counts, so that pitch count doesn't start to stack up on him. He made 90 pitches Wednesday in New York in 3 1/3 innings. And there's a cut and a miss. Fastball 97.
And you know what I love about that fastball right there? Where was it? A full count fastball in. Abisail Garcia's got tremendous plate coverage. He had worked them away, had worked them soft, and then he comes with a fastball right here, purpose fastball up and in, and just ties him up. Well, you're going to pitch in with that velocity. That's going to open up that outer half and the soft stuff for Blake.
Jose Abreu, and there's a first pitch strike.
Well, you can throw that fastball right there like he just did, and you got a fastball in and in off the plate. That's tough for a hitter to cover all that.
He drops this one in. Boy, that's nice.
It is. I'm telling
breaking
you.
ball.
96 to 80. Fastball and the tight spinning curveball. And he's got a very good curveball and a very good changeup.
Ground ball right side, backhanded by Cron. Over to first with the pitcher Snell covering. Abreu is out of there. And the White Sox go up and down 1-2-3. We go to the second. No score. the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Second inning underway. Malik Smith shortens on the bat, takes the pitch for a ball. Malik's on base every time in yesterday's game. Single, triple, single, double. Rolls it down to the right side. Backhanded. Abreu has trouble. Could be close. And now the tag just before he gets to the bag.
The heart starts racing and you start to panic because you're not able to get that baseball, get a hold of it, and you know who's coming up the line. Malik Smith, who can flat out fly. It was a nice recovery by Abreu to make that play, though.
I'll tell you, you make 3 attempts to pick it up as he did. And you've got a guy like Malik Smith running. You're fortunate to make that play.
And out of breath
Yep.
when it's over.
Wilson Ramos. That's a strike. Ramos quickly down in the count. 0-2. A couple of hits for Ramos in yesterday's game. Comes into this one 5 of 31, a little over 160 start here in the first week or so of the season. And he is caught looking. So Fulmer right back in with a 3-pitch approach to Ramos and gets him looking.
Boy, keep your eye on this pitch too, because this is an 0-2 pitch. This fastball looks to be in off the plate and gets the call. You're going to widen the plate like that on both sides. That's going to make it a long day for the hitters if those, Blake and Carson can execute.
Yeah, a quick day in terms of time if the strike zone is that big. We've got 10 total called strikes already. There's a ground ball on the first pitch, and Echeverria's out. Moncada to Abreu. 1-2-3. Go the Rays. Bottom of the second coming up. No score.
Injury update for you on Kevin Kiermaier, that right foot bone bruise that he had yesterday. He was out of the lineup, but he is available to play today. He's not in the lineup. He said he's still subconsciously still favoring that right foot, but his recovery is quicker than expected. Obviously, Kevin Cash really wants him back in the lineup and on the field as quickly as possible, given all these high leverage games the Rays have been in this season. But some good news in his recovery, guys.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the Rays trying to find the consistency, especially in their offense. And a productive Kevin Kiermaier is important to this offense, and a healthy Kevin Kiermaier as well.
Especially when you're talking about the injury to the foot and how important speed is in his game, both out in the field and obviously at the plate.
There's Matt Davidson leading off. Boy, what a start he had. He's cooled a bit since then. Davidson hitting .250 overall, but with 4 home runs. And opening day, he jumped right into that home run column. 2 and 2. A 3-homer game opening day for this Chicago White Sox lineup. Way upstairs. Full count. 4 hitters and 3 full counts now. Brad Dozier with 4 home runs and shares the American League lead with Davidson. It's a tapper to third. Scoop by Duffy. Throw in plenty of time. 1 away here in the second.
You mentioned the 3-ball counts, the deep counts from Blake Snell. If you break his season down, his 2017 season, his first 14 starts, he was 0-6 with an ERA of .498 and was averaging about 19 pitches an inning. And then when he got things under control, and it started with the fastball command, the last 10 starts, 5-1, 2.84, 16 pitches an inning.
Yep, that's a big difference, and that's one of the issues here early, and particularly the last game out when he ran the high pitch count, just over 3 innings. So in the 2 starts he's made, he's been back up to a little over 19 pitches an inning. And that really, I think if you could pick one overall number, fly ball in to right center, shallow, and Gomez came a long way to make the catch. So Castillo is the second out. That's a real indicator that pitch count per inning on Snell.
Think about the difference between the two, from 19 down to 16. So through 5 innings, you end up throwing 15 more pitches. Yeah, that cuts a full inning off of your outing. So instead of being a 5-inning guy or a 6-inning guy that's going to occasionally pitch into the 7th, that's huge. That's a huge difference, and that's where those pitches really add up.
Monaco waves and misses at that one.
Especially in the game today, where everything is monitored. And if you're a guy like Blake Snell, you get to 100 pitches, 105, and you're coming out. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be.
Foul ball right there, nothing at 2. Yeah, you're right. Everything is mega monitored. Not only just pitch count, but location of pitch, velocity, swings, as we talk about. Launch angles and all that, everything.
Spin rate.
Yeah, spin rate's very big. This one is down 1 and 2. Well, Monaco hit a home run in the 5th inning on an 0-2 pitch off Chris Archer. That made it a 1-run game at the time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a cut Nemez just right up the ladder to blow that one by him. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox on to the 3rd, no score. Look, and we'll look inside the Rays farm system. Down on the farm with Bowling Green, Brendan McKay off to a great start on both sides of the baseball, hitting and pitching. 4 strikeouts in the 2-inning debut last night. 5 for 9, 5 RBIs and 6 walks already.
Well, locked in the early going, and you know, you see Shohei Ohtani and what he's been able to do at the big league level after having a slow spring. Kind of wondered, you know, what was going to happen with him, and he has hit the ground running here at the big league level. So Brendan McKay getting the opportunity to do that at Bowling Green and see if he can continue that up through the system, and maybe he gets to do it too.
Yeah, try to do both of those things. And for McKay, I think the general feeling is let that develop at the minor league level and see what happens. And he's off to a great start, pitching and hitting. A strike to Daniel Robertson. It's 2-1. Robertson walked and scored in yesterday's game. Comes in hitting .267, serving as the DH. It evens the count, 2-2.
Here in the early going, it's apparent that Carson Fulmer trying to establish that fastball.
Top of the order on deck, Denard Span. And a close pitch. 3-2. Missed with the fastball.
And not by much. 93 on the plate, just below the zone.
See Castillo trying to help him out a little bit. Could not get Cedarstrom to go for it. And ball 4. So Robertson, nice job of drawing a walk here to begin the inning.
That's going to be the key for this Rays lineup. We talked about Carson Fulmer, command issues. Don't expand the zone. Force him out over the plate and obviously up into the zone. There's been a couple of walks, both of them on pitches below.
And you know, for Robertson, that's a part of his game that quietly has been impressive. He looks pitches over, works counts, got a pretty good idea of the strike zone up there, and a couple pretty close pitches there earn him a walk this time. Denard Span, and he's taking one down. Ball, and the conference now on the hill.
Look at all the misses this inning. Most of them down below the zone, including the last 3 pitches. And when you see a guy out there not be able to make the adjustment, that's what causes that catcher to say, okay, enough's enough. I got to go out there and remind him of some things.
Span shortens on the bat, takes it for a strike. Palmer was the 8th pick overall in the June 15 draft for the White Sox. Span go, he checks in time. 2-1. See what you think from this angle.
He did. Not a lot of excess movement for Denard Span at the plate. Stays pretty quiet, and it allows him to be able to take pitches like that. Really cuts down, doesn't have much of a stride.
Misses up, and it's 3-1, so he's been all around the zone, up and down. You can start to see just a little body language expressing some frustration after that last pitch.
Well, just not able to figure it out quite yet. And this has been something that's plagued him.
Over to first, and back in is Robertson.
Nothing more frustrating than to be consistently below the zone with a fastball, raise the sights a little bit, and then you shoot it up above the zone. Like, where's the happy medium? And that's where that frustration will start to set in.
And he picks up a strike there. The first 10 pitches of the inning, he'd thrown only 3 strikes. Now he gets one here, and the count is full. Castillo sort of sticking the landing on that pitch right there to give Cedarstrom a very good look. And now a move to first, and they're going to get Robertson in. The run down, they throw it away. And Robertson will get back to first. Boy, he was finished over there. They did everything except tag him and then threw it away.
I'll tell you what, that would have been a tough break for the Rays. In a full count, Daniel Robertson trying to get a full head of steam and ends up getting picked off by the right-hander. Can't let that happen. Boy, that's already fortunate here, though. The throw, and it looked like Tim Anderson did not look it all the way in. The throw was not bad by Jose Abreu. Yeah, but Tim Anderson just took his eyes off the ball looking to make a tag. And
well, it goes as a no play, and the Rays get a big break on that. And again, a move to first.
You're not going to get him again. You're not. He may not even be leading off at this point.
Rays have not offered at a pitch yet in this inning. Runner goes, and it's low for ball 4. So 2 men aboard on bases on balls in the third.
They got to make it hurt. You're going to get 2 free passes like this, and it's clear that the Rays hitters, the approach is going to be force Fulmer into the zone consistently. As you said, they're not swinging at anything.
Yeah, they're 12 pitches in.
Yeah,
no swings.
When was the last time you saw that?
I'll tell you, it's hard to recall. And now Wendell will make him come in. Wendell walked his first time. Rays have had 4 base runners, 3 walks, and a hit batter. And a pitch down and in. Flash yesterday to lead off the 5th inning for Wendell. His first home run in a Rays uniform. Connected off Miguel Gonzalez. And ball 2. 2-0.
Well, this is where it starts to get outside the realm of mechanics and it gets into mental. And Carson Fulmer, I promise you, he realizes that the Rays have not swung the bat yet, and he hasn't given them a very good reason to.
Upstairs, he's 3-0 to Wendell. Well, that's 15 pitches in. And no swings. Gomez on deck. Now a strike. 3-1.
Thing going in Joey Wendell's favorite here is you know what's coming. here comes a 3-1 heater. And if it's in a spot of your liking, you got a chance to really drill a baseball.
And he shoots it into left for a base hit. And now it gets through Delmonico. Robertson will score. Span waved around third on his way to the plate. And the Rays come up with 2. And Wendell winds up at second. Wendell with a base hit into left, and it skipped by Delmonico. And the Rays are on the board first.
A lot going on this play. A 3-1 fastball down. Good job by Wendell going the other way, and he did hammer that ball. Delmonico thinking about a play at the plate, and the head comes up a little bit too soon. That ball stayed down, squirted underneath that glove, and then track meet ensues, and Span's able to get all the way around from first. Wendell gets into second.
Well, on the 17th pitch of the inning, the Rays get a base hit, a hit and an error, allowing them to score 2 runs, 1 RBI for Wendell, the other run scoring on the error. And now Gomez going after the first pitch, fouls it, strike 1.
That's something that you will see over time. Over time, you will see more mistakes made out in the field with a pitcher. I mean, think about no swings. So you're just standing out there. There's not even an anticipation of a swing. And all of a sudden, you get a little lazy mentally, whatever it may be, and a mistake is made. It's a costly mistake.
Piece of that one foul. 0-2. Gomez, well, the man at second base, has come out swinging in this at bat. Down 0-2.
It's tough to get Carlos Gomez to be patient.
Yes, it is.
At anything.
His nature is to get after it. Walk to Robertson, walk to Span. Base hit Wendell, an error. 2 runs have crossed the plate. Gomez taps one foul. So the Rays take advantage of the lapse of control, base hit and an error. Close on that one. A ball, 2 strikes. Fuller up briefly in 2016 with the White Sox. Spent some time with them last year. And a cut and a miss. The pitch up, Gomez out on strikes.
Gomez showing a little restraint on the previous fastball, and Fulmer said, you know what, I'm going to try to go up there again. And that was a nice job of executing a pitch elevated. You see right there, letter high, and enough velocity to get it over the swing.
Well, there's another run out there for the Rays to pick up with Wendell in scoring position at second. Here's C.J. Cron. And he takes a strike. Well, the Rays looking for some power out of both Gomez and Cron, and with that will come the strikeout. Gomez striking out for the 15th time this year. Cron has 13 strikeouts coming into this game. He's down in the count 0-2.
It's that little cutter that Carson Fulmer will feature. Looked more like a slider right there.
There's a sharply hit ball to third, picked up by Saladino. Wendell goes to third. That ball sharply hit on an 0-2 pitch. Saladino gloved it, turns it into the second out.
Not just too much plate. Simply put, an 0-2 pitch that caught too much plate, and C.J. Cron hammered it. But Saladino, nice glove work. That ball was almost by him.
The Rays would like to see Matt Duffy come up with a 2-out hit here to pick up the third run of the inning. They've scored 2, but if they don't pick up the third, they'll have that feeling of unfinished business in this inning. It's foul the other way. Strike one.
Now, for this offense to be successful, they need to maximize their opportunities. Now, they're not going to do that each and every time, but you got a runner at second, nobody out. You start to think, get him over, get him in. Run creation, something that they put an importance on here in this season, right through spring training.
Ground ball headed to third. Into the glove of Saladino. The Rays settle for 2. They leave 1 through 2.5. 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Lead as we head into the bottom of the third inning, and there was some mistakes in that inning by the Sox fielders too. You see a perfect opportunity to pick up a cheap out right there. Daniel Robertson taken off on a full count. Timmy Anderson not able to come up with that throw from Abreu. And then Nicky Delmonico, he's got thoughts of making a play at the plate. He pulls off of that base hit into left field, and that cost another run. So you had the walks, you had those 2 misplays. Rays get 2 runs out of it.
And Tim Anderson leads off the bottom of the third, taking the first pitch for a strike called. Breaking ball to start Anderson. Anderson 1 of 4 in past matchups against the Rays lefty Snell. Now a fastball by him, 0-2. That hit was a double. Anderson, 24-year-old shortstop. He is out on strikes. Quick work of him.
Well, Blake Snell has shown this lineup all 4 of the pitches. They've seen the good fastball, the changeup, curveball. How about this slider? A lot of depth on that pitch. A lot of it caused just by Blake Snell and his release point, driving that pitch downhill.
Tyler Saladino Pitch is a strike. Takes this one down. 1-1. Ooh, look out up the middle, and a stop by Wendell. Throw to first, got him. How about that? Sharply hit. Appeared to be headed into center field, and Wendell turns it into an out.
And made it look easy. You know, he was well positioned, number one, but this ball is blistered. And how about that backhand stab?
Well, he may have spent the last 3 years in AAA, and the only questions we have now is why. Playing the way he's played. He's swinging the bat and throwing down some leather defensively.
Yeah, no question about it. And much like when we talked about Mallex Smith using the whole field, think of his base hit earlier in today's ball game, the home run yesterday to right center. Doing everything well. Well, listen, he understands that, you know, being stuck in the same organization in AAA and putting up productive seasons, probably thinking to himself, what is it going to take for me to get to the big leagues? And I'm with Oakland. You know, it's not like they're a juggernaut running away with everything. So you get traded to a team that's going to give you a chance, and boy, oh boy, is he taking advantage of it.
2 balls and a strike.
Probably was a shot of life for him. You keep hitting 290, playing AAA, playing good solid defense, doing all the little things, saying, I mean, what's the deal?
Well, it's a 3-1 count. Adam Engel.
I think that's one of those things too, where you're stuck in an organization where you're not going to get up after 3 years, and it's other organizations are scouting these teams. They're like, look, if you're not going to use them, we will.
Yep.
Don't get them.
That's a strike. Engel trying to coax the walk, and it's 3-2. Fastball catching the zone.
Right at the top. Help there too from Ramos.
A little nuance on the reception of that one by Wilson Ramos. That one's going to be a little high. And so there is a walk. 2-out pass, 8 in a row, retired by Snell before the walk.
You know what? We had a great shot of it was Jesus Sucre going through the drill. But when you talk about the nuance of being able, just that little subtle movement with your glove, balls in, out, down, up, you know, all those different things. And it was just a rapid fire, barehanded. He's down in his catching position, and a rapid fire of baseballs being shoveled to him, and just barehand, just reaching out and catching them and then dropping them. But framing each one of them in different areas of the strike zone. I thought it was awesome to watch. And that's how these guys work on that stuff day in and day out. It's become such a big part of the game.
1-0 the count on Moncada. Struck out, worked the count full, and then Snell got him with a fastball swinging in the first. Down and in, and now Engel's going to try to advance. The throw goes into center, backed up by Gomez. And a move up. Count goes to 2-0 on Moncada. And Engel is now in scoring position on a wild pitch.
The ball gets away from Ramos, and he's going to try to make a play, spins and wheels and throws, and you can see just too tall.
The interesting thing about that, Engel had sort of started to lean a little bit and made a move and then stopped. And then when that ball was in the dirt, picked it right up and moves up on the wild pitch. Now 3-0. We're not halfway through the second game of this series. We've We've already seen 6 wild pitches in this series. Picks up the zone on the corner. 3-1.
You get some adverse conditions and some guys, you're talking about Chris Archer and you're talking about Blake Snell, who have some high velocity off speed pitches. You got to get some balls in the dirt.
That will take the count to 3-2. Second time, Moncada's gone all the way out to 3-2. It's 5 full counts for Blake Snell so far. And a cut and a miss. He's out on strikes. Strikeout number 5 for Snell. 2-0 Rays. What you were talking about earlier, BA, with the Sucre.
Well, right here, just working on the framing, gathering that ball in, doing it bare hand. This is one at a time, and then you get this. I love the rapid fire, just reaching. And this went on for quite a while. They emptied that bucket.
Malik Smith swinging and lining it toward the gap in left center field. Cutting it off is Delmonico, and there's a base hit for Malik Smith on the heels of a 4-hit game yesterday. Malik Smith jumping on the first pitch in the 4th, picking up a hit today.
Well, and again, using the whole field. You love this. You want to work a guy away, and that wasn't even away. It was down and in, but he stayed inside of it, and it meant to be away. Stay inside of that baseball, see it for a long time, and hit it hard into left field. And now you've got to worry about him on the base paths, and a couple stolen bases in yesterday's game, and Carson Fulmer right now has enough to worry about without the speed of Smith at first.
Here's Wilson Ramos. Keeping an eye on Smith with a toss to first. Ramos caught looking in the 2nd inning. Too low. Castillo digging that one out with a look toward Smith at first. Rays trying to build something on the leadoff base hit. They got a leadoff walk in the third. Went on to score 2. Leadoff base hit here in the fourth. And a good take for ball 2 from Ramos. Now 3-0. Boy, you can see it from time to time in Fulmer's body language when he becomes frustrated with himself, and he's shaking his head, talking to himself right now. Leadoff single, 3-0 to the next hitter.
Just has not had any answers, and when you become that visibly frustrated, well, that's really tough to find it at this point.
Three and one.
He's been known to be one of those guys too that kind of will wear his emotions on his sleeve. Something that that's another thing that he's been working on. But when you can't consistently get the ball, the pitches into the strike zone, remember that's going to seep out.
Yeah, that goes all the way back at least to his college days, and one would assume before that. That was a challenge from time to time for him at Vanderbilt. You know, there's an upside as well as a downside to that. I mean, you never wanted to come out of a game. You like the idea that a guy wants to compete, but that has to be under control. And Ramos takes ball 4. First 2 men are aboard. 2 on with nobody out. 4th walk issued by Carson Fulmer. Danny Echeverria is due up, and a conference on the hill. Don Cooper spends some time out there with his right-hander Fulmer. Rays with a great opportunity. The White Sox charged with another mound visit right there. So they have 4 MVRs remaining.
Who knew that would become such an official stat right there? It's out on the board.
Yeah, forget the left on base. That's gone now. It's MVR. Rays have all 6 of theirs, and the White Sox 4. Danny Echeverria, 52 pitches, 33 from the stretch for Fulmer. And this went up and in as Echeverria was going to bunt, and the runners advance without the sacrifice bunt. So another wild pitch. What's that, number 7 in the series?
Well, this one way up and in. You can see Echeverria trying to square around and get that bunt down, and the fastball just sails, and now Fulmer really starting to miss badly. It's one thing to be, you know, out of the zone and a number of walks already in this game, but you're just trying to throw a fastball over the plate and your catcher cannot flag it down.
Yeah, that's right after a mound visit.
Yeah, not a real good visit by Cooper.
High fly ball. Back into center. Adam Engel is there to make the catch. A tag at third. Smith heads to the plate. Over to third base goes Ramos, and the Rays pick up their 3rd run. Echeverria lifts the fly ball to center, scoring Malik Smith, and they'll have a man at 3rd with 1 out.
Well, good job of immediately turning that wild pitch into a run. And obviously the move up by Ramos is huge. Got that runner at 3rd now with 1 out.
Alex Smith, who was on 4 times yesterday. In the middle of this 3rd run they've scored by leading off the inning with a base hit. Daniel Robertson trying to get the other runner home. Fouls it away. Fulmer so far has walked 4. He's been charged with a balk, a wild pitch, and a hit batter. Robertson checked, the pitch is in there. Robertson checks in time. 1-2. That one pretty close.
Took it out there a little bit. Yes, sir.
And strike 3 call. Robertson caught looking. Thought that was going to be a ball, and it caught the zone. Fulmer picks up his 3rd strikeout.
Well, he comes with that fastball down and in, and it was just either right on that edge, close enough, and a perfect pitch. And there have not been many made by Fulmer today, but that one was almost unhittable. And I'll tell you what, you get that strikeout with that runner at 3rd, less than 2. You don't want it to be another missed opportunity for the Rays.
Denard Span rolling 1 foul. Well, Span came into the game hitting .259. He's had some big hits, quality at bats for the veteran outfielder. Walked and scored in the 3rd. Now trying to come up with 2 outs here with a way to get Ramos home from 3rd base. Down in the count. Pitch down and in to him. And this one got him, hits him. Span hit by a pitch.
The cutter yanks that pitch down and in and hits Span on that back foot. I just wonder how much longer that the White Sox can go here with Fulmer, although that bullpen looks pretty quiet. He just has not been able to find the plate consistently.
Well, it's quiet out there in the bullpen right now.
He's got a ways to go.
Joey Wendell, who's been on twice with a walk and an RBI single. Bats with men at 1st and 3rd and 2 outs in the 4th. He takes the pitch inside. This one covered up by Castillo, a pitch in the dirt. 2-0. Wendell homered yesterday, also had a base hit, walk and a base hit today. And he's up 3-0. When you look at the first couple innings, Fulmer had a couple of men on base in the first, but made 13 pitches, had a 6-pitch second inning. And so far in the third and fourth innings combined, 45 pitches. And that is ball 4. So Fulmer gives up the walk after hitting Span. He was ahead 0-2 on Span and hit him, and then walks Wendell on 4 pitches. And he takes a little walk himself behind the mound, trying to walk off the frustration with Carlos Gomez about to step in.
Yeah, the frustration level is at an all-time high, and you just wonder how much damage an outing like this can do to the psyche of a young pitcher who's not been able to figure it out to this point. We talked about it coming in, that command has been a consistent issue with him, and today it's gone to a different level.
Here's Gomez. This went low and it's covered up. Bases loaded. A 1-0 count. And now action in that bullpen. Santiago, the left-hander, up. Gomez tried to check but chased, and it's 1-1. Another big opportunity for the Rays.
Looking back at Carson Fulmer's stats from a season ago in the minor leagues, he had 25 starts, and in 10 of the 25 starts had at least 4 walks.
It's 5 in this game. Gomez did not offer at this one, and it's 2-1. Wild pitch. He's hit 2 men and walked 5. Rays have 3 runs, 2 hits out of all that. Gomez fouls that fastball back. So it's 2-2. Well, you have a guy at the plate who is an aggressive hitter, and a guy on the mound who, as we've just recited, has had a difficult time with not only command but control. So what gives here? Bases loaded, 2 outs, a 2-2 count on Gomez. Gomez under and pops it back a third, drifting toward the stands and well out of play. We'll have another 2-2 pitch. Odds for a souvenir the last couple days pretty good here on the south side of Chicago. Again, the 2-2 pitch from Carson Fulmer to Carlos Gomez. And a foul ball again. Fulmer over 70 pitches. Blake Snell in the Rays dugout. Rays with a 3-run lead. Oh, up and in, and the helmet goes flying. The count is full.
Fastball trying to go down and in. That ball runs up and in. And that helmet goes flying off. And you get the feeling here that Carson Fulmer may be down to his last pitch.
27th pitch of the inning about to be made. And a swing and a miss. Gomez strikes out, missed the fastball. And the Rays settle for just 1 run, leaving the bases loaded. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, 3-0 Tampa Bay.
Carson Fulmer, we talked about command issues coming in, but you're getting a little bit of everything today. Right there, we had a balk early in the game, a hit batter, actually a couple of those, 2 hit batters, a wild pitch, ball up and in, getting away with Echeverria at the plate. How about he hits Denard Span in an 0-2 count? So it's been a little bit of everything. You see 5 walks on the day, those 2 hit batters, a balk. I mean, it has been a struggle, and the Rays, while being afforded a number of opportunities and 3 runs, that you're happy about that, but it could have been a lot more.
So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Garcia leads off in the first pitch. Breaking ball drops right in there for a strike. It's a nice first pitch for Blake Snell. Snell with 5 strikeouts. Ground ball toward the hole, grabbed by Echeverria. The throw is in time to get Garcia. Well, Echeverria continues to play a flawless shortstop. Well, nice to have him. You know, there's a ball for him, a pretty routine play, but not a routine play by any regard. You head to your right toward the hole. That has a certain degree of difficulty attached to it.
It certainly does. Anytime you're flipping that glove around with the backhand, but then you've got to make the throw. His arm action, it's so simple and succinct, and nice little short arm action.
First pitch fastball for a strike to Jose Abreu.
Spent some of the offseason trying to teach the boys on the baseball team that there are different throwing motions for different positions. And when you're in the infield, where you feel that thing in nice rhythm and that hand comes right up, you don't have many opportunities for a long arm swing in the infield. And Echeverria is one of the best to watch with that arm path.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. If you're a young player on the infield, watch him.
Yeah. And listen, right, I was at the practice. They're hitting these kids ground balls. They're fielding them, and then all of a sudden looking like pitchers, creating leverage, long arm swings, like little timeout. Timeout. That's maybe good if you're trying to throw a runner out at the plate or you're pitching. Not too good if you're trying to throw out a runner from the infield.
Stairs, 2-2. We'll take another look.
Backhand. Pull that ball out of there, right up to the ear, and see ya. Quick. Still get plenty on that throw, too.
That's the Echeverria Clinic at shortstop. 3-2 the count on Abreu. This after Snell got out in front. He's had 6 full counts already, like Snell. And he strikes out Abreu. A nice pitch right there. That's strikeout number 6. It's a good 3-2 pitch, I'll tell you.
It's that slider once again, and you see how much depth he's able to get with it.
Here's the other thing. You know, the Rays were at the plate for a long time in the top of this inning. He was in the dugout for almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it was an 18-minute inning.
And has not missed a beat.
And Davidson fouls the first pitch away. One. Ahead of Davidson. It's been a nice mix for Snell in this game.
We're talking about it coming in. The curveball and the changeup were going to play a prominent role, but we've seen an awful lot of good sliders and fastballs too. He's thrown the kitchen sink at these guys. But we also talked about the fact that the White Sox, since the beginning of 2017, they've been the best hitting team against left-handed pitching. So you come in against a challenging lineup, and you make sure they see everything.
Yeah, and they've been led by Avisail Garcia and Jose Abreu, and so far so good. 0 for 4 between the two of them with a couple strikeouts. Well, another full count. Seventh full count Snell has had on a Chicago hitter. And he loses Matt Davidson. Missed away and walks him. That'll be the catcher, Wellington Castillo. There's a first pitch strike. Yeah, this turned out to be an interesting game from the point of view. There have only been 2 hits in this game. And a lot of other things. Did he go? Yes, he did on the appeal down to first. Larry Cooper says he did go, and Cooper's getting a little feedback from the Chicago dugout, and he was quick to respond.
Let's take a look. Certainly close enough to be called. got a frustrated Chicago White Sox team.
Into the dirt. Nice stop by Ramos. Davidson started, but then stopped. And Ramos take a moment to collect himself.
And Blake Snell with that slider, and he yanked that thing right down into the dirt, and it caught Wilson Ramos, obviously in a very painful spot. Let's take a look, see exactly where that got him. Maybe right off the hand.
On a cool day, the temperature was 42 at game time. It's gone up a bit. Last time we checked, it was 44. But on a cool, borderline cold day, I think something off the hand, those fingers, a thumb. There you are, 44 degrees right now.
Got to wait for some of that feeling to come back in there, and gonna need that hand.
You know, combined, we've had 2 hits in this game, 7 walks, a couple of hit batters, 14 3-ball counts. Snell has had 7 3-2 counts. Ahead of Castillo, who takes the pitch down and in. 2-2. Rays scored 2 runs in the 3rd, another run in the 4th inning, and they hold a 3-0 lead. And there's another full count. So 3 straight, now 8 in the game for Blake Snell. He's faced 14 hitters now, and 8 of them have had a full count. Runner will go. 2 outs. He's off first. This one tapped, picked up by Snell. He's going to make the play, but Castillo, who made contact, found himself sitting in the batter's box and was a non-contender trying to run it out. Up a Rays discount coupon for the game this Friday against the Phillies. Keep saving with $5 Budweiser and Bud Lights exclusively on the Budweiser porch. Ages 21 and over, please drink responsibly. Been a frustrating afternoon for that young man, Carson Fulmer, and yet he's still around here to open the 5th inning.
Kind of surprising with the issues that we documented the last half inning of what his day has consisted of. But apparently they want on-the-job training and to work, have him find a way to work this thing out.
C.J. Cron, and he breaks his bat, hits a fly ball into left. Going to be caught by Delmonico, and the bat split in half and scattered down the third base line.
That's that cutter that he has developed. Certainly missed the barrel there. Took it right to the end of the bat, turned it into firewood.
Only the handle remaining in the hands of C.J. Cron. Now Matt Duffy. Duffy looking for his first hit. 0 for 2 today. The pitch is a strike. Fulmer over the last 2 innings had made 55 pitches. 19 in the first 2. The liner into right. That's going to fall for a base hit. Duffy is aboard.
Trying to come right back with that pitch, and a nice job by Matt Duffy. See that ball for a long time, pull the trigger late, and use the other side of the field. In fact, all 3 of the hits for the Rays in this ball game have been the other way.
Alex Smith picked up a hit in the 4th inning. He is 1 out of 2. Takes that pitch for a strike. Pitch blocked. 1-1. Castillo digging that one out with a quick look to see if Duffy was attempting to make a move. Out in front. It's 1-2.
Best changeup of the day for Fulmer. And you know, when you look at his stuff, and here we're going to take a look at that changeup. Watch this thing dive. You know, there's a lot to like, and certainly that's why the White Sox have him up here in the big leagues. But at this level, you've got to be able to command it around the zone. And he's just not been able to show the ability to do that consistently yet. Encouraged in that first start against the Blue Jays, 5 innings, just 1 walk. And then you turn around in your next outing and you have the day that he's having here today. And that's what's been maddening about it.
You know, right-handed hitters this year are only 2 for 24 against him. The Rays with 3 hits, their first 2 by Wendell and Smith, and then the base hit the other way by Duffy. So the right-handed hitter Duffy picking up that hit there. But command and control have also been issues for Fulmer. And that one shot back off Fulmer, who falls down off the mound, and a throw to first on the ricochet, actually. Wow, I'm telling you, Duffy moves up to second, and that ball hit sharply back to Fulmer. Boy, that's quite a recovery. Take another look.
Looked like it got him right on the leg. Man, that was a bullet. No chance to. Oh, man.
See how Rayu went to get the ricochet. Well, you get up around the knee and it starts to get a little shaky in more ways than one.
You get hit with something like that, you're worried about immediate swelling, and if it's around that joint, there's no place for it to go. That caught him square.
.96.4 off the bat. Right back at Carson Fulmer. He says he's okay. Take another one. So he stays in the game after being hit by that shot off the bat of Smith. Duffy's at second. That could certainly be scary out there. And here is Wilson Ramos. Ramos has struck out and walked, drops it into right center field. Duffy's headed to the plate. He will score, and the Rays pick up another run. So Ramos takes advantage of a run scoring opportunity and makes it 4-0.
You just follow the lead of Matt Duffy. He's going to get the same pitch in the same area and do the same thing with it. Fourth hit for the Rays, all of them the other way. You see him just go down and get that pitch, get some air underneath it, and drop it in.
So 2 hits and a run in the inning. And Danny Echeverria is at the plate. Takes a pitch too low. 1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Santiago up again in the bullpen. Homer's been out of the stretch almost the entire day. This is, and it's 3-0. 84 pitches total, 62 from the stretch. Now strike 3-1. Rays scored 2 in the 3rd. They got another run in the 4th inning. They've added a run in the 5th. Robertson hoping to get a chance to swing the bat in this inning. He's on deck, and the count is 3-1 to Echeverria. He takes a big cut at the fastball and fouls it back.
Well, that's what he wanted. Any hitter, 3-1 count. They like a fastball out over the plate. Echeverria slammed the bat down in disgust because he got one and was only able to foul it off. That right there.
Well, he'll gather himself. 3-2 is ball 4 inside. That pushes Ramos to second. So a base hit and a walk after being hit by that batted ball. And Don Cooper heads to the mound. They were not charged with a trip on the previous move out there after Fulmer was struck by that batted ball. They talk it over, and we'll remind you, you can watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.TV. Your subscription includes MLB at Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackouts and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. There's Daniel Robertson. He's walked and has struck out. And takes a strike at the bottom of the zone right there. Low, 1-1, about halfway through this game, and the White Sox have used up half of their MVRs.
Well, listen, there has been a lot of nursing of Carson Fulmer, or trying to nurse him through this game. He has had his issues with trying to find that strike zone.
Two and one.
I just can't believe that they'd have let him struggle this long. You know, a young pitcher like this once again. And I understand he doesn't want to come off the mound. That's kind of the way that he's built, but for his own good, his own mental psyche.
It's 2-1 on Daniel Robertson. Strike two. Rays have made it a 4-run game. They're trying to add some distance between themselves and the White Sox. Haven't been able to have the big inning. They scored 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth inning. Left bases loaded in the fourth. Run home in the fifth with 2 men on and 2 men out. And a 2-2 count to Robertson. Taps it third base side. Going to be a tough play. Saladino will not make a throw. That'll be an infield hit, and it will load the bases for the top of the batting order. Denard Span is due, and Renteria is going to come out to make the pitching change on the base hit by Robertson. The Rays load him up, and now a pitching change. That's going to be it for Carson Fulmer. 4 2/3. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. over 70 unique scratch-off games. So add a little play to your day with these new games. The Florida Lottery, it's your ticket. Claim it. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Hector Santiago, 30-year-old lefty, replaces the starting pitcher Carson Fulmer worked 4 2/3 and leaves with the bases loaded. Santiago will face the left-hander Denard Span. And the pitch inside. Ball, no strikes.
It's contagious. This game has had zero flow to it. And a lot of that has been a lot of deep counts, a lot of walks. Just tough to get into a rhythm. And the Rays here with another opportunity to really expand this lead. They're full.
Now it's 1-1. Three of the runners on base, potentially accountable to Fulmer. So far, 4 runs off him. Santiago originally got to the big leagues with the White Sox and now back with them. 1 and 2. Spent some time with the Angels and the Minnesota Twins.
All right, Hector, put him away. Let's go. Put him away.
Rays left the bases loaded after scoring a run in the 4th. They've loaded them again with the run home in the 5th. Oh, and outside. And it's 2-2.
That's number 5, Blue. That's 5. Put him away, Hector. Come on.
2-2. It's foul the other way. Long look by Santiago. And a swing and a miss at a fastball up to strike out Span. Rays settled for 1. They leave 3. We're in the middle of the 5th. As we take another look at that strikeout pitch, the Rays Back in Chicago, bottom of the 5th inning, Nicky Delmonico leads it off. And the second pitch of the inning misses. It's 2-0. Blake Snell with a 4-run lead. Coming into this inning, 67 pitches through 4. And he picks up a strike right there. 2-1 now. Tim Anderson next, and then the third baseman Tyler Saladino. And there's ball 3. Well, 8-3-2 counts for Blake Snell through the first 4, and he's 3-1 on Delmonico here in the 5th. Now foul ball and another full count. It was Delmonico who hit the 0-2 pitch out of here yesterday off Archer. Now a 3-2 count against Snell. And ball 4 is too high. And a leadoff walk. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks for Snell. The only base runners the White Sox have had have come on the walks. Engel walked with 2 outs in the 3rd. Davidson walked with 2 outs in the 4th, and now a leadoff walk by Delmonico. Here's Tim Anderson. There's a strike. Snell has sat through some lengthy innings. The Rays in the top of the 3rd scored 2 runs in 16 minutes. They scored 1 run in the 4th in 18 minutes and scored 1 run in the 5th in 19 minutes. And it's an 0-2 to Anderson.
Well, yesterday's game, a 5-4 game, 3 hours and 47 minutes. You were hoping that the law of averages would come out and start to work in your favor today. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
Come on, TA. Come on, Tim. Come on, Tim.
And a cut and a miss at the fastball up. Second time Anderson's gone down on strikes. Slider the first time. Healthy fastball up this time. 7 strikeouts for Snell.
Boy, nice bounce back after that leadoff walk, and he just overpowers him with that fastball up and away. I thought that Blake Snell would have an opportunity if he could, fastball up, that curveball, the slider down. This is a very aggressive Chicago lineup, so you start to rack up those strikeouts.
Now the third baseman, Tyler Saladino. There's a first pitch strike. Saladino made a bid for a hit towards center field in the 3rd inning, and Wendell at second made a nice play to throw him out.
Down the third baseline. Come on.
1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch away. 78 pitches for Snell pitching here in the 5th. He made 90 pitches in 3 1/3 against the Yankees Wednesday. And there's ball 2, 2-1. Adam Engel is on deck. And a miss out there. 3-1. 3-1, swung on and driven deep into left center field. Span on the run, can't get there. That's going to bounce into the bleachers out there. It will be a double, stopping Delmonico at third base. Saladino powers a 2-base hit into left center field, and that's the first hit of the game picked up by the White Sox.
Well, and I'm going to tell you what, the Rays, fortunate bounce right there into the stands. Both of the outfielders, Span and Gomez, had a long way to go for this, and if this ball hits off the wall or it just short hops the wall, Saladino's going to have a triple. The run would have scored easily, but because it gets up into the stands, Rays catch a break.
Yeah, and Kyle Snyder will go to the mound to spend some time there with Snell. This is what concerns you about stranding 9 men through the first 5 innings. The bases loaded in each of the last 2. All of a sudden, the Rays in a situation where a base hit could cut their lead in half. So those missed opportunities you're always afraid will come back to haunt you. And the Rays are hoping that's not going to be the case today. Snyder out there trying to get in front of the situation and see if he can get Snell.
Ask the White Sox about it yesterday. That's what cost them.
Yep.
2 out of 16 with runners in scoring position, and they lose by a run.
It's Chirinos up in the bullpen. First pitch is a strike. So 2 men in scoring position for Chicago. Upstairs, 1-1. Foul ball picked up in the on deck circle there. Nice play by Moncada. Barehanded pickup. So the White Sox, for the first time, have a major threat. They did get Engel to second on a walk with 2 outs and then a wild pitch in the 3rd. Now 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Engel is the hitter. And a ground ball to the right side. Wendell over to close the hole. Throw to first in time. The run scores. Saladino goes to 3rd. Nice little play there by Wendell to get over. A run batted in for Engel. He's out 4-3. White Sox are on the board.
Well, they're going to try to push this one through the hole, but Joey Wendell closes the gap quickly. Able to get Engel over at first, but you see Nicky Delmonico crossing the plate.
Now the first pitch to Moncada is a strike. Way upstairs with this one. It's 1-1. Toyota, a key stat. Moncada hits the ball as hard as anybody and with a rapid rate. A little over 68%. Highest hard hit rate. One and two now.
A good look on that curveball right there. And so in this at bat so far for Moncada, Blake Snell has gone changeup, fastball, then curveball. And then slider. He literally went through his entire repertoire the first 4 pitches of this AB. Started him with the change, heater up and out of the zone, curveball, swing and a miss, and then a slider right there in the dirt.
And he is out on strikes for the third time swinging today. 8 strikeouts for Snell, who limits the damage to 1 run. Here's the strikeout pitch. Big breaking ball, 4-1, Tampa Bay. Joey Wendell with a base hit. And an error allowed the other run to score. The error on Delmonico. Wilson Ramos singled home a run in the 5th inning. Rays tagged on another run in the 5th, and Blake Snell has taken it from there. 5 innings of 1-hit baseball. Has walked 3, but has struck out 8. And the Rays in the 2nd game of this series come in to hit in the 6th inning with Wendell leading off with this 3-run lead, facing the left-hander Hector Santiago. Well, some deep counts for Snell, and overall, when you consider how many times he's gone to a 3-ball count on White Sox hitters, you think the pitch count might be higher. But he's survived to this point and has had good stuff.
Yeah. Listen, this has been a strange game all around. It starts with Carson Fulmer and what his day's been like, and then Blake Snell will have a 7-pitch at bat, a 3-2 count with a couple foul balls, and then retire the next 2 guys on first pitches. It's just been an up and down game, but thus far, you know, the Rays had the lead, and Blake Snell has been able to hold this White Sox team to just the 1 run.
Wendell has been on 3 times with a walk, an RBI single, and another walk. It's 2-2. That is strike 3 call. A couple of strikeouts. He gets Wendell looking on the fastball. He got Span swinging on the fastball. So 2 up, 2 down, facing Santiago. The last out in the 5th for the Rays and the first out in the 6th. Here's Carlos Gomez. Want to know? Gomez looking for his first hit. Hit the ball to the wall in center in the first. Couple strikeouts since. There's a shot. That one will go up and out of here into the bleachers. Carlos Gomez hits his second home run of the year, and the Rays get that run back. It's now 5-1. Carlos Gomez hits one off the left-hander Santiago.
Well, Carlos Gomez thought that he had gotten one earlier in the game and ended up a few feet short. That is no doubt. That bat flip well deserved. An absolute bomb. And a quick answer here by the Rays.
Now Crone, a ground ball through the right side, and he's aboard. On for the second time with his first hit. So the Rays follow up the home run by putting another man on board. See Gomez there in the Rays dugout. His first home run came off Rick Porcello, and that was at Tropicana Field. Matt Duffy takes a pitch for a strike. Duffy takes a good look at that one down. Upstairs, 2-1. Take another look at the particulars on this Gomez home run. .109 exit velocity, 424 feet. Duffy gets under one, sends it to center field. Engel will have room. He makes the catch. Crone tagged, but that was merely a formality over there as he hangs on at first. So 2 outs now in the 6th inning. And Malik Smith is 1 for 3. So whether it Fulmer with that comebacker to the mound in the 5th inning, the ball deflected toward Abreu at first, who picked it up and beat Malix to the bag. Pitch is inside.
Now, the last couple of days, he's been a handful to deal with. And we saw yesterday, and in fact, in the open of the show, the left-hander trying to go with a breaking ball down and away, going into left field, a fastball in from a lefty that he pulled up the right field line. A shot back up the middle off of Fulmer.
1-1 to count to Malix. Runner takes off. The pitch is a ball, and the throw is in time. Anderson taking the throw, and Crone caught at second base. Caught stealing. The Rays get a run on the home run by Gomez. We're headed into the bottom of the 6th. The Rays leading 5-1. Live pregame show brought to you by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. It'll be a bullpen day for the Rays, and Michelle will chat with the former Rays right-hander James Shields, slated to pitch tomorrow. Avisail Garcia will open the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch is wide. Garcia so far has struck out and grounded out to short. Pitch is down. 2-0. Snell opened the 5th inning by walking Delmonico, one of 3 walks he's given up. Touch for the first run, he's allowed. Snell has done a good job shutting down Moncada and Garcia and Abreu at the top of the White Sox order. Like to continue that. Ground ball third, and a nice pickup by Duffy. The throw is in time to get Garcia. One away.
Really nice play. That ball was hit hard by Garcia. And Matt Duffy, see how deep he's playing. This little nifty backhand. Man, Blake Snell's, it's been an interesting day for him because he's done a nice job of managing the game and at times has been dominant when you look at the number of strikeouts that he's had.
And Abreu lifts one foul, headed for the stands, strike one. Well, an 8 strikeout day for Blake Snell and 7 ground ball outs. A wave and a miss. The only out recorded in the air was Castillo's fly ball into right center field back in the 2nd inning, and Gomez came way over from center to make that catch. Abreu reaching for that, fouled it away. Recorded 16 outs, 8 strikeouts, 7 ground outs, and 1 fly ball. And a swing and a miss by Abreu. Throw down to first from Ramos to Crone. 2nd time he has struck out Abreu, and that's strikeout number 9.
Yeah, he really has had a nice game plan and good execution against the Sox top right-handed hitters, and that breaking ball right there well out in front of the plate, but clearly Abreu fooled, not recognizing that pitch. Kyle Snyder's got to be very happy with what he has seen out of Blake Snell today, especially after that last start. He had some walks, a shorter outing, a lot of pitches, and he's bounced back very nicely.
There's ball 1 to Matt Davidson. There's a strike. Well, by striking out Abreu and logging strikeout number 9, that's the highest strikeout number posted by a Rays pitcher in a game this year.
Well, if he can get this final out, it will be just the 2nd time that a Rays starting pitcher has gone at least 6 innings.
He's 2-1 with Davidson. It's outside. 3-1. One pitches now for Blake Snell. And he loses Davidson a little high, walks him for the 2nd time. They'll get Castillo, the catcher, up there. Now Castillo is going to be lifted, and Narvaez will come on to hit. It's our pinch-a-penny pinch hitter.
Well, and you wonder what is going on with Wellington Castillo to pinch hit Narvaez, the left-handed hitter. It's not exactly how you would line this up.
Yeah, Castillo figures to do a lot of catching over here, so there's something wrong with him.
Well, that's why Kyle Snyder is out there. This is not a matchup that they planned for. I don't think anybody thought in their wildest dreams that Blake Snell would be facing Omar Narvaez, but that's exactly what's happening. So a quick tutorial out there by Kyle Snyder, and now we go to work.
Well, the White Sox backup catcher doubled in a run in yesterday's game. Now he faces the Rays lefty Snell. The pitch is upstairs. That's a strike, 1-1. Snell gave up a base hit to Saladino, double for him in the 5th. Two and one to count. Snell trying to finish off the White Sox in the 6th. Fouled back. That's out of play. And it's 2-2. Castillo leaves, favoring a sore right knee. Two. 3-2 now. 2 outs, then the walk. Now the full count to Narvaez. Kittredge up in the Rays bullpen. Ten full counts today by Blake Snell. And the 3-2 on its way. He loses the pinch hitter Narvaez. So back-to-back walks. Nicky Delmonico is due up. Delmonico has struck out and walked. Ten 3-2 counts, 12 3-ball counts. Here is Delmonico. This is too high. Fastball at 93 right there, but upstairs out of the zone. The outs have come on strikeouts and ground balls, with the one exception of Castillo, who had a fly ball to center in the 2nd. Snell just trying to get Delmonico to end the 6th. And he picks up a strike right there.
Gets a fortunate call there on a ball that looked to be close to out of the zone. Looks like right now with Blake Snell too mechanically starting to fly open a little bit. That could be fatigue, and you try to urge your body along instead of letting your arm do the work. Already at 110 pitches. And you see just coming out of his delivery, not as smooth as he was earlier in the ball game, and having trouble finding the zone here. And I'll bet you It has to do with the fatigue. He's had some innings here where he's had to work up at 111 pitches. You very rarely see him get that high.
And a big cut, and the count will go to 2-2 with a foul ball.
This is where you take that extra breath and you say, hey, listen, I am one pitch away from getting out of this. Try to keep everything in line, not try to do too much, and certainly don't try to involve your body, throwing with your body more than is necessary.
Well, this will be his 23rd pitch of the inning, and it's bounced foul. He made 20 pitches in the 4th, 23 in the 5th inning, and now 23 in the 6th. 113 on the day, which equals his career high. The 2-2. He strikes out Delmonico swinging, and that retires the side. Strikeout number 10 for Snell on the 114th pitch of the day. Here's another look. Goes up and takes care of him. Through 6, Rays lead 5-1. Career high 114 pitches, and there's the breakout of pitches for him today. Heavy with the fastball.
Well, he's got a good one. We saw that with the average velocity at 95 miles an hour. There's one blowing away Avi Garcia. Bring in the slider on top of that. We saw the curveball at times play a prominent role, some changeup sprinkled in, and like I said, Blake Snell, interesting day for him, but he did a good job of managing the game, racked up a number of strikeouts, and more importantly than anything else, he kept the Chicago White Sox to just the 1 run in the 6 innings.
So the Rays with this lead 5-1.
10 punchies, double digits.
That's the 2nd highest in his career. 10 strikeouts on 1 and 5 walks, which also ties his career high. Narvaez remains in the game behind the plate. It's now 1-2 to Malik Smith. Tap by the mound. That's the second baseman, Moncada. Throw to first, not going to be in time. A base hit. Malik Smith beats it out. Moncada had to move to his right and come in, then throw across his body, and could not get the throw there in time to beat the speedy Malik Smith.
Well, he did everything that he could. Once this ball gets by Santiago, it's going to be a challenge. And Yoan Moncada played that as well as he could, but you just cannot prepare for this kind of speed. And Malik Smith able to get down there safely. Smell an infield hit.
That's 6 hits in the series, and 5 of those have come with 2 strike counts. Move over there, and Malik's is back in. Smith with a couple steals of third, and then cut down at home in yesterday's game. Up and away. Rays scored 4 runs off Carson Fulmer in 4 2/3, 3 earned. Santiago touch for a home run by Carlos Gomez in the 6th. Ground ball by the mound. Moncada there. He'll step on the bag and throw to first for the easy double play. Had a lot of time after he fielded that ground ball. So the double play erases the leadoff single. Bases are empty with 2 outs in the 7th. Danny Echeverria will be on to face Santiago. Echeverria with a run batted in today. Fouling the first pitch back, he drove in Malik Smith back in the 4th inning with a sacrifice fly to center. Upstairs, and it's 1-1. Echeverria lifts it into shallow right. Garcia makes the catch on that one. No runs, a hit. Double play and nobody left. Middle of the 7th. Rays lead this one 5-1.
Well, coming in to pitch for Blake Snell is Andrew Kittredge. So we wanted to share some 3 things that we think you might want to know about him. Number 1, his wife Toby, married in November 11th, 2017. They got married at a small dairy farm called Red Barn Farm near Redmond, Washington. Number 2, he grew up in Spokane, playing ice hockey on nearby ponds. He shares a hometown with Tampa Bay Lightning center Tyler Johnson. And number 3, he's the youngest of 7 children. He has 5 sisters and 1 brother, guys.
Well, thank you. Meanwhile, it's Kittredge who enters this game as pitcher number 2, following Blake Snell. And the first pitch, that's a strike with Tim Anderson up there, shortening on the bat. Kittredge on for the 4th time. Slider down and away, and it's a 1-1 count.
Well, you know what I want Michelle Margot to go deep inside Dwayne's stats and find out 3 unknown little facts about my partner.
Yeah, those are in the vault. This is Wendell on the shortstop side of the bag. And so Anderson is out 4-3. And a little shift.
I think at some point we'll get that taken care of.
Can never verify. Speculate, can't verify. Tyler Saladino. Saladino doubled in the 5th. Pitch is in there for a strike. But Saladino has the only hit for the White Sox off Ray's pitching. 1-1 now. 6 innings of work for Blake Snell. 1 run, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts, 5 walks. Fly ball short left, going to fall in front of Denard Span. Saladino is aboard. Only the 4th time in Rays history they've had a pitcher put up 10 strikeouts and 5 walks in a game. Matt Garza did it for the Rays. Matt Moore did it for the Rays. Big game James Shields, who's pitching tomorrow for the White Sox, did it in a Rays uniform. And today Blake Snell. 1-0 the count to Adam Engel. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Pitch is inside, 2-1. One on, one out. Bottom of the 7th, with the Rays holding a 4-run lead. And Engel fouls this one away. Well, to this point, the Rays winning yesterday's game, leading in this one. It's been a nice recovery and starting in the right direction after that very difficult start in the 3 series against Boston, New York, and Boston again. That's a one-hopper. Engel keeps it in front of him, and he's going to get the tag on the runner. Engel reaches out a fielder's choice. Saladino is tagged out. So 2 gone with the runner still at first.
That line drive, 1 hop. Joey Wendell knocks it down, and then understanding the situation there is going to just wait for Saladino to show up, put the tag on him, and get another out. That's what it's about right now, counting down outs.
Wendell partially screened by his own pitcher and Corey Blazier, the second base umpire. There's a ground ball, and that's going to get underneath Echeverria's glove and get through into right, so it'll be 1st and 3rd. Well, the Rays had Echeverria on the right side on the big shift from Moncada. He got it through.
Well, more likely that he's going to get an opportunity to field a ball, and that's why you take your #1 guy and throw him over there, and Echeverria, and that ball is able to sneak underneath the glove, get out into right field, and this inning stays alive.
That'll be a base hit for Moncada. So 2 hits in this inning, 3 in the game, and Abisail Garcia becomes the hitter. And a fly ball short left. Here's Denard Span coming on to make the catch. Couple of hits and 2 left, and we're headed into the 8th with the Rays holding this 5-1 lead. Yeah, that's a great combination, fellas. Home runs and small ball, covering both facets of the offense. Here in the 8th inning, it's Daniel Robertson leading off, popping one foul down the right side and out of the reach of Abreu, who gave it a good run down there. Will advance the count to 2 strikes.
And the big man was moving well there. Selling out to try to make that catch, not able to do it. Matt Andriese up in the bullpen.
Roberts lifts it to the right side, this time fair. And Abreu takes care of that. That a little more routine. That's the first out in the 8th. The Rays and the White Sox have another one to go tomorrow. And the Rays will get home after this cold 3-city road trip. 1-0 count. But after a long Chicago winter, it's all relative. There's folks out enjoying a little baseball.
And tomorrow we may hit 60.
60 is the projected high tomorrow. Chicago heat wave here in April. 44 right now. It was 42 when we started. Three 3-0 the count on Denard Span. There is ball 4. Boy, what a job they did yesterday to clear this field of the snow and get the game in.
Yeah, it did not look promising. The early photos of this ballpark, you're saying that how in the world are you going to get that ready in time or at all to be able to play this game? And
Roger Bossert out there directing traffic, the head's groundkeeper.
I mean, look at the snow piled up behind him. This is no joke.
And that was not as easy to remove. Had to be done by hand with a shovel in a hand and move that as it got piled up. Sox average game time temperature so far this year has been 39 degrees. Two-0 count. Wendell's been on 3 times today, drove in a run with a base hit in the 3rd, has walked twice. Back in at first is Span. Boy, the Rays, to get their first 2 runs in the 3rd, did a great job of waiting out Carson Fulmer. In the 3rd, they had 3 hitters up there, went through 16 pitches before they swung at a pitch. And the Rays eventually turned the 2 leadoff walks into 2 runs.
Well, it's understanding the game plan, and it differs obviously from pitcher to pitcher, but understanding that Carson Fulmer and his command could be an issue. They said, well, we're going to be patient with him, force him into the zone. And it worked out very, very well. A lot of bad counts, a lot of walks, a couple hit batters.
3-0 count on Wendell. And a strike is called. 3-1. And there is ball 4. So a couple of walks here in this inning, and the Rays have a couple of men on. Well, 2 walks. Santiago in relief, over 40 pitches now. And the White Sox will make a pitching change. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. you by your Southern Chevy dealers. By Kubota. For more information, log on to gokubota.com. And by your local Ford dealers. Rays and Chicago. Away with a win in the first game of the series yesterday, 5-4. Lead in this one as we play in the 8th inning, and they'll face Gregory Infante for the second straight day, making his 6th appearance.
And those 6 appearances, well, at least the 5 appearances, have covered 3 1/3 innings. A couple of strikeouts, 3 walks. Looking for anybody to try to get outs and close this inning out, close this game out. It's been difficult for Sox pitchers here this afternoon.
Well, Carlos Gomez with a chance to swing the bat against Infante. And he bounces it foul. Strike 1. Home run in the 6th inning. Gomez connected and drove it out to center field. Second home run of the year. Pickoff play at second, and back in with that right hand on the bag. Denard Span beating Moncada and his tag to the bag.
That throw just a little bit wide, forces a longer tag. Able to get back in underneath it. Moncada.
Now the 0-1 to Gomez. He loops it into short right. That will fall for a base hit. Span will advance to third and stop. Garcia up with the ball in shallow right field. The bases are loaded on the base hit by Gomez. They're going to be loaded for C.J. Cron. The pitch, and Cron takes a big cut and misses. He was going for it right there. Strike 1.
Well, the big man sees a raised base runner occupying every spot, and you get that fastball where you can get those arms extended. He was looking for a 4-bagger.
Infante came on, worked a couple hitters yesterday. Now he's ahead of Cron, 1 and 2. Cut and a miss. Cron, a big cut, strikes out. 2 gone.
He came right after him with fastballs. 3 fastballs, 3 swings and misses. That one, the best of the bunch, right up there, top of the strike zone, middle of the plate.
Well, we'll see what Matt Duffy can do. Duffy, 1 out of 4, has scored a run. He takes a look at the first pitch, too low. 2 gone. Spans at third, Wendell's at second, and Gomez at first. Two and 0. Well, the Rays have had base runners in every inning today except the second inning. And the same was the case yesterday through the front 8. Foul back, 2-1. Duffy with 6 runs batted in on the young season.
It'll be interesting to see how Kevin Cash, how they're going to go about the bullpen day tomorrow. We saw Chirinos get up a little earlier, and Andres is up now with Weber.
A little ground ball to third, right on the bag. The force play in order. The Rays leave them loaded in the 8th. It's 5-1 Tampa Bay. Let's go places. And by your local Honda dealer. Back on the south side of Chicago, West 35th Street. Bottom of the 8th inning coming, and Matt Andres will be pitcher number 3 for the Rays. He's on to face Jose Abreu. He was grounded out and twice has struck out. All of that against the Rays starting pitcher Blake Snell. Pitched the front 6. Andres starts him with a strike. One. Snell gave up 1 hit, 1 run. Kittredge, no runs, 2 hits in an inning, and now it's Matt Andres. A liner into left. That ball's headed for the corner. Abreu headed for extra bases. Into second with a leadoff double. White Sox put the leadoff hitter on base for the 2nd time today.
Boy, it looked like an off-speed pitch of some sort, breaky ball or changeup, and Abreu was right on it, not fooled at all. And Blake Snell had done a very nice job of neutralizing Abreu. Breaks through here. He has been the picture of consistent production for the Chicago White Sox team, and he gets a double there. Interesting too that the Rays elect Andrew Kittredge to just go 1 inning. You know, he's one of their guys obviously that can be stretched out and go multiple innings, and here he just goes 1. Just when you start to think that you're figuring out how they're going to use this bullpen,
Yeah,
And
good
you're
luck. Strike the count to Davidson. It's too high, 1-1. Narvaez is on deck. Blocked by Ramos, and it's a 2-1 count. Fastball by him there. And Reese turning it up to 94.
Yeah, he let that one fly.
Missed. Full count. White Sox right now in a stretch of 2 for 36 with men in scoring position.
Well, they have, listen, they've dropped what, 4 in a row in 6 of their last 7, and that's a huge reason why. Just not able to come through in the clutch.
And a swing through this one by Davidson. Back with the heat at 94 to pick up the strikeout.
Showing a very good fastball, lively fastball here from Matt Andriese.
Went up with it at 94 and picks up the strikeout. More Narvaez. You see they are 0 for 6 today, and 2 for their last 37. That is fouled out of play. Narvaez pinch hit and walked. It was in the 8th. Too low, 1-1. See, getting a little cooler out there. Andriese blowing into that pitching hand. Narvaez on the ground to Wendell at second. Over to third goes Abreu. And that's 2 gone. So after the double, a strikeout and a ground out. Nicky Delmonico will bat. He has an 0 for 2 day. Walked in the 5th inning and has scored the run today for Chicago. Upstairs. Home run Delmonico hit yesterday First of the year for him. Takes a big cut there. Fouls it back. That home run against the Rays right-hander Archer yesterday came on an 0-2 pitch.
Missile out to right field. It shows you the power that he's got. There's a lot of power sprinkled throughout this White Sox lineup. I'll tell you what,
into this one and fouls it away.
They got off to such a great start, and it started with opening day. Matt Davidson and the 3 home runs, and scored a bunch of runs early, but then the power has dried up a little bit. When that dries up, that's going to hurt this team. And then we talked about the runners in scoring position and how they've been struggling with that. And so it's not surprising that you've lost 6 out of 7, just not scoring enough runs, and the pitching hasn't been that great either.
Chopper to the right side. Wendell with the toss to first. The 8th inning is over. So we go to the 9th with the Rays holding a 5-1 lead. We will see James Shields tomorrow. Shields with that run for the Rays from 06 to 2012, 87 wins and 217 starts, gave the Rays a lot of quality innings. We'll be with you at 1:30 tomorrow on Fox Sports Sun. Bullpen day for the Rays tomorrow. Rays have had 3 bullpen days, 0-3 with a 4.13. Shields 1-0 with a 5.73. We go to the 9th. Malik Smith leads off, takes a big cut. Fouls it going down to both knees. Strike 1. Malik's 2 hits today after a 4-hit day yesterday. Infante delivers and the pitch is down. Chicago left a man on in the bottom of the 8th. They've left 8 today. The Rays have stranded 12. Combined, these two teams leaving 20 men on base today after leaving 22 on base yesterday. 1-2 now to Malik Smith.
They have not been by any stretch the prettiest of games, but the Rays got out of yesterday's ball game a winner, stopping an 8-game losing streak. And right now they find themselves ahead 5-1. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Pretty or not, win the game.
It's 2-2. The Sox 2 for 24 in this series with men in scoring position. The Rays have caused them to strand a lot of runners. Full count now, and overall they're 2 for their last 38.
It's number 7, Blue. Number 7.
And ball 4. Alex Smith runs down to first, drawing a walk, on for the 3rd time. So Infante gives up the walk. 9 walks allowed by Chicago pitching. Ramos. Wilson Ramos with a man on. He has walked and driven in a run with a base hit. That came in the 5th. Pitch inside. Bluff of a start by Smith off first base. We're in the 9th. Rays scored 2 runs in the 3rd. Single runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. Chicago scored 1 run in the 5th. Blake Snell gave up a run on 1 hit in 6 innings today. Struck out 10 and walked 5. It's the kind of outing the Rays were looking for. A few more walks than they'd want. Something of a strange outing. He did run some deep counts, but then he got some quick outs as well.
And then the strikeouts.
Yep.
I mean, he had a little bit of everything today.
Through 114 pitches, which is a career high. Foul outside of 3rd. Advance the count to 2-1. There goes Malik Smith. The pitch is inside, and the throw down is in time. Smith trying to get in there head first. Moncada took the throw and put the tag on him. And Malik's a little slow in getting up. He thought he was in there.
Kevin Cash got his head turned, and he's going to let this thing go. This is a nice job right here, catch and throw from Narvaez. This is a team that has been victimized by the stolen base. They gave up the most in the American League a season ago. They've been run on a lot this year already, and there's the tag right before the Evan Mitt gets to second base. That was the right call, good call. And you can see Moncada right there in the way.
So full count now on Ramos. There's a walk to Ramos. So the Rays get a base runner right back on the 10th walk given up by Chicago pitching. And our Bonefish Grill fresh catch of the game. And for that, we'll go back into the early stages in the 3rd. Saladino hit one up the middle, but Joey Wendell was right there to grab it and go back to first to make the nice play. Had a good day for Joey Wendell, who homered in yesterday's game, had 2 hits. Wendell with that outstanding defensive plays, been on 4 times, 3 walks and a hit today. And there's a soft little liner into left field off Echeverria's bat. And now a throw back to second, a big turn by Ramos, but he gets back in there. And the Rays with 2 men on and 1 out in the 9th.
Tell you that the theme for the Rays offensively the last 3 ball games has been consistent pressure. I mean, they really have a lot of base runners putting innings together. They've been aided today by 10 walks, which is,
yeah, which has led to 156 pitches by White Sox pitchers today.
that's absurd. 10 walks, big leagues.
Daniel Robertson, a couple of walks in this inning, 2 men on, 1 out. Pitch is down. Robertson takes one away.
Some of these misses have not been close here by Infante.
Well, here the Rays are threatening again. They've scored down the middle part of this game. Five runs on the day. It's popped up a foul. Abreu near the stands and reaching in, but it's a little too far. Count is 2-1.
Rays fans getting in the way. Now he was reaching into the stand, so you can't call interference, but looked like he had a beat on it. And
Terry Cooper, the first base umpire, right there on the call, and Abreu says, "Hey, wait a minute, I had a play."
And he did, except he's right there leaning in, and my man karate chopped it.
Pitches wide, 3-1. Well, nothing can be too hotly contested today in this series.
He's got 2 of the Malik Smith stolen base gloves on. Tough to catch.
3-1. And there's a little looper into center field for a base hit. Ramos will score first and second here for the Rays, with Echeverria stopping at second on Robertson's RBI single. And the Rays do add a run here in the 9th inning. It's now 6-1.
And that's going to lead to another pitching change. Infante going down and away, and Daniel Robertson going out into right field. How many hits today, right center field, but how many hits today for the Rays have been the other way? A good number of them, which shows you a pretty strong approach.
Well, Infante really didn't get anybody out. There was a caught stealing in the inning. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. today's hottest sports topics, Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Weekdays from 9:30 a.m. to noon Eastern, only on FS1. Aaron Bummer is pitcher number 4. Denard Span takes the first pitch, and that's down and in. 10 walks by White Sox pitching today. Rays have 6 runs, and Bummer makes his 6th appearance already, accumulating 2 2/3 innings of work. And catches the corner, 1-1. This one is down. Combined, we have had 15 hits and 15 walks in this game. 10 walks by White Sox pitching, 5 by the Rays. The Rays have out hit the White Sox 11-4. That's a foul ball. It's 2-2.
15 and 15.
Certain symmetry to that.
It's like an 11U tournament game.
Not much symmetry to that.
Would agree.
And a cut and a miss. Denard Span walks away. Second out of the inning. It's 6 strikeouts for Chicago pitching. And now Joey Wendell will face a left-hander again. Wendell has been on base 4 times, drove in a run with a base hit in the 3rd, and he has drawn 3 of the 10 walks issued by Chicago pitching.
Boy, I'll tell you, putting in a nice day's work. Kind of highlighted him a little bit earlier. That's what he is known for, just consistent production each and every step of the way, all the way here to the big leagues. You know, we talked earlier this road trip, Dwayne, about the identity of this team offensively and how was it going to take hold, what was it going to look like, and I think we're starting to see that here over the last few days. Working at bats, moving base runners.
And that pitch came down and in. He struck him out. So the Rays settled for 1 run in the 9th inning. Carry a 6-1 lead into the bottom. Ball game moves into the bottom of the 9th inning. Rays hold a 6-1 lead. You're looking at Ryan Weber, who was just added to the Rays roster yesterday, coming up from TBA Durham when Brad Miller was put on the disabled list. And in his big league time, 1-4 with a 5 ERA. And the first man he faces is Tim Anderson, and that's a strike. Ryan Weber, born in St. Petersburg, and went to high school at Clearwater Central Catholic. It's a ball and a strike. Originally signed by the Braves. Foul ball, out of play. 1-2. And he joins our own Doug Wechter and Casey Kochman to be Rays players born in St. Petersburg.
That headshot of Doug, he's staring right through you.
Means business.
Yeah. Must have been a game day.
Takes the count to 2-2.
Ryan Weber, a sinking fastball. Gets some arm side run with it. Curveball changeup, keeps things simple.
Two hit on the ground to third, back at third. That gets beneath Duffy and goes down toward the sidewall. Anderson's going to wind up at second with a double on the softly hit ball that was just fair, and we'll take another look.
Now this ball hit right down the line, a chopper by Tim Anderson. Duffy well off third base, and it actually gets to that baseball. Looked like it just tipped off the end of his glove, and Anderson's going to get into second base. Thoughts of third. Span had to go a long way to get that ball.
Well, Saladino is due up, but Sanchez will pinch hit for him. And it's second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Homer Sanchez. Pitch a little wide right there. Let's check in with Michelle for a moment. Michelle?
Yeah, I was talking with Ryan Weber in the clubhouse earlier. He said he grew up a massive Devil Rays fan. He said he remembers being in the stands at the Trop, dreaming that he'll play out there one day. He said his family's super excited for him to get to be able to play there. And I asked him if he knew what his role was going to be, and he said he expects to be long relief for all these bullpen days, but doesn't seem like it today, guys.
Yeah, it's in here in the 9th inning with a 6-1 lead. A man at second. Runner takes off. The throw down to third, and he is safe. Boy, Anderson almost lost contact with that bag at third, and Duffy kept the tag on him. So a steal of third. And the Rays deciding whether they want to make an issue of that stolen base down there at third base or not.
Trying to take advantage, I guess, of Duffy being so far off the bag, pulled in a little bit. There's the throw. Looks like that left hand stayed in contact. This will be a great shot of it. Going for that outer edge. Boy, just hanging on. I mean, usually you don't see that either. I mean, it's a 6-1 ball game. Stealing third base there with nobody out. Kind of wonder why, but he did get in there.
Fly ball not too deep to center. Gomez is there, a tag by Anderson. He heads to the plate, and the throw one hops in a little late, and it's 6-2. So Sanchez gets credit for a run batted in, and the White Sox have a run home in the 9th. So one away with the bases empty. Weber starts fresh now with nobody on base. And Garcia, Larry Garcia will pinch hit. Hitting for Engel. A little tap, a roller to the right side, and a late pickup, and safe at first. Wendell had that ball, bobbled it, and by the time he secured it and made the throw, no time to get Garcia, who reaches on an error.
Yeah, speedy up the first base line. Here it is, pretty routine ground ball, just knocked down. How about that? Joey Wendell has had such a very good day. That ball gets away, and it didn't take long for Garcia to get up that baseline.
So an error charge to Wendell. Now Moncada. The pitch is a strike.
Well, the good thing about Weber is he can get you another ground ball, get a double play, get out of here.
It's wide. 1-1.
I didn't want that just yet.
It's 2 balls and a strike. Alex Colomé starts to throw in the bullpen in what is now a 4-run game. Weber misses a little bit wide. 3-1. Well, the double, sacrifice fly, an error. A run in, 1 on, 1 out. This is popped up foul and out of play. The count is full. Now trying to pitch around the error on deck is Avisail Garcia. And ball 4. Pitch is wide. 2 men on, 1 out. And now Avisail Garcia. Kevin Cash conferring right there with his pitching coach.
Well, you're getting into the rough portion of this lineup.
And here comes Cash. So Kevin Cash out of the dugout to make a move. So Weber works a 1/3 of an inning. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
How about what he was able to do yesterday? Second and third with nobody out, and he gets the chopper right back to him. The Rays were conceding that run. That was the only place he could have gotten that out. And then right there to Matt Duffy for out number 2. And Dwayne, on your command, the ground ball to first base, just like you asked for, and he would get out of that spot and get the Rays a much-needed victory.
Well, they're going to ask him to do something similar here, as this becomes technically a save situation. Colomé got credit for the inning in the game yesterday. 1 out here. And Abisail Garcia at the plate with 2 men on and the potential tying run on deck. And Garcia waves at that one, strike 1. Garcia today 0 for 4, a couple of ground outs. He struck out the first time up against Snell. Lifted a fly ball to left in the 7th. The double by third started this one. A steal, sacrifice fly, then an error, then a walk. The Tapper foul reaching for this one, and it's 0-2.
Well, if you're Alex Colomé, you just stay out there. I mean, Garcia has already shown the propensity to expand the zone, reaching for those pitches. Just try to walk him off the plate. Maybe take this next one a little further out, see what he's going to try and do with it, if anything.
A little number back to the hill. Colomé goes to first, so he gets the out. The other runners advance. Rays looking for these critical outs here, and Garcia is out number 2.
Well, that was a nice job. He did exactly that. Took that pitch a little bit further out of the zone and down. Got Garcia to reach once again. And you get the soft contact right back to you. There it is.
So 2 outs, and now it's Abreu. He doubled in the 8th. 1 for 4 on the day. And a big cut and a miss, strike 1.
On the fastball, well out of the zone. I'll tell you, Alex Colomé has come into this ball game and may not have thrown a strike if they don't swing. And they've swung at all 4 of his pitches. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of this lineup. We talked about it coming into this series.
This one blocked by Ramos and taken by Abreu for a ball. 1-1. Six-2 ball game. Minutes 2nd and 3rd. Abreu at the plate. A little tapper, that's going to be a foul ball. There's the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Colomé got the ground balls he needed in the game yesterday. He's got 1 here today. Now the 1-2 to Abreu. And he hits a high fly ball back into deep center field. Gomez will go to the wall. It's gone. Abreu on a 1-2 pitch hits a 3-run home run, and now it's a 1-run ball game. That's why you didn't want to face him as the tying run. The Rays still have a 6-5 lead.
Boy, how about the adjustment that Jose Abreu made during the course of that at-bat? Swung at a fastball outside the zone, found himself reaching for a cutter and not able to get it, and then make the adjustment, not only gets this, but gets underneath it to the big part of the field and brings the White Sox to within 1. Carlos Gomez not real happy.
Well, here is Matt Davidson. The pitch is down. The White Sox had gone 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position today before the home run by Abreu. And it's suddenly a 6-5 ball game. Cut and a miss. 1-1.
That pitch,
big cut there. That's scary.
Up and out over the plate. Two and one. Three balls and a strike. 3 runs charged to Weber, 2 earned. And 1 run charged to Colome. Davidson a big cut. Fastball, and it's 3-2. Well, he's taken 2 healthy cuts at these strikes. Yeah, he's a out over the plate cripple hitter. Likes the ball middle to middle in, and you see the Rays and Colome here in particular trying to stay away from him. And even though those pitches are up, he's pulling off just a hair. So badly wants to pull the ball.
And he got a little piece of that one.
Almost pulled off of that one too.
So another 3-2 pitch to be made by Colome to Matt Davidson, who had 3 home runs opening day for the White Sox. And ball 4. That's too low. So the walk puts a man aboard, and it brings up the catcher. There's ball 4 down, a fastball low. Narvaez will be the hitter. No position players left for the Sox to use as a pinch runner. So Davidson is at first with 2 outs, and Narvaez will be the hitter. Kyle Snyder talks it over here on the hill with Colome and Ramos. Duffy also in on the conversation. It's been a 4-run night for Chicago to make it a 6-5 game. Narvaez, originally in the Rays organization as a catcher. And he takes a big cut, strike 1.
How about the movement on that? Getting on top of that. You know, sometimes that pitch will appear to be a cutter. Other times like that, it's a slider. Just depends on how far downhill Colomé is going to drive it.
It's now 1-1. Davidson over at first. And a liner into right. That ball will be caught by Smith, and the Rays will emerge with a victory here despite a scary bottom of the ninth inning, with the White Sox putting up 4, and the Rays will hold on and win this one 6-5. 6 runs, 11 hits for the Rays. They strand 14 today. 5, 6, and 1 for the White Sox, and they strand a man, their 8th of the day, here in the bottom of the ninth inning. There is the final out. So the Rays take the first 2 games of this series, win their 3rd game of the year. Ryan Anderson and Michelle Bargot, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. Final game of the road trip tomorrow. And we'll be with you at 1:30. Hope you've enjoyed it. So long from Chicago.